Kevin Berlin. Kevy, it's been so long.
Yeah.
It's been ages. How many years do you think?
I got locked down in Italy in about 3 years ago.
I got locked down in New York.
I've known this gentleman since 1998 when the interview program.
She asked a question. There you got the answer.
David Nadal
presents
covered a show that I did in Job's Lane in Southampton called Sex, Cell Phones, and Late Nights.
That's right. That's right. We have it all on file. It's all on file. I sent a lot of stuff to Kevin on a hard drive. There you go.
The exhibition was based on my time when I lived in Soho in New York City, and I was painting bodyguards, bartenders, women in black dresses.
God.
The show ended up in Paris on 9/11, and the show you're looking at now is a retrospective.
It is, and I just got it all. It looks great.
It's called 45 Years of Nudes. I've always been painting the nude, which if you see the other works, as a basis to tell stories about people. Because I think the easiest way to connect with people is to paint people. We look in the eyes of these paintings and we see ourselves.
That's true. That's true. That's very true. But the 3-year thing, is a mind blower.
The significance of the show is it covers kind of a life story from when I painted my first nude at 12 years old.
Wow.
And I copied the Mona Lisa in first grade in black and white, and the most recent paintings are also in black and white.
But you have this wonderful Mona Lisa, but she's sort of different. I mean, I describe it. I remember the painting, and you had it, and you still have it, right?
There's the original Mona Lisa I painted in Mr. Champagne's first grade class in Pyle Junior High in Maryland. Mr. Champagne was my art teacher.
Now, is there another Mona Lisa as well, or just that one?
Perhaps at the Louvre. Yeah, this is just a copy.
Well, I have the original, but this one has stood out, and I've seen it. I have.
Well, it's just an important work because it's the first work that I painted in black and white.
Right.
And if you look at the works over time, you'll see that I'm still very interested in black and white as a way to develop ideas.
Outstanding.
You're going to see works that were only unveiled for the first time since 9/11. There's a group called Quarantine Nudes, which are all paintings I did during lockdown in Italy.
Okay.
There's the most recent work, The Future, which is a nude on Mars, which you'll see upstairs. I hope you'll get there.
We saw the moonwalk in Italy. Tell me about that. I saw that online.
One of my performance art pieces was based on the idea of going for a walk.
This is in Italy.
To the grocery store.
This is in Italy.
Because for more than a year, you couldn't leave the house except for food or medicine. We were really that locked down. People were trying to borrow a dog. If you had a dog, you'd go for a walk. It was that simple.
Oh my God!
And the most recent work you'll find in the upstairs space is a work called Nude on Mars. It's 7.5 by 6 feet. And you've probably heard about the Tesla guy and the Amazon guy, and they're always talking about Mars. Let's go to Mars. Well, if you actually go to Mars, it's kind of like traveling for 3 years in a car without getting out. And once you get to Mars,
you can't breathe.
Which is why she's a nude on Mars. She doesn't have anything with her because it's not easy to bring your cell phone.
And there's
As
no
a matter of
palm
fact,
trees. There's no ocean. There's no nothing.
What you said, you can't breathe. There's no oxygen.
No.
There's 0.1% on Mars, and on Earth there's about 21%. There is some water, but it's frozen on the caps, the polar caps. So I'm not sure if it's such a good idea to rush to Mars. I'm
trying to find a new planet that's like ours and different and no war, no
There is a planet I recommend.
And people who get along. What do you say?
There is a planet. It's called, and it's actually here in Florida. It's called Disney World.
Okay, well that's
and they've got a lot of a giant mouse, and they've got people singing while they're working. It's
there you go.
So
what I'm trying to do is get Kevin down to Fantasy Fest in Key West when Marilyn and I will go and drive all the way down from Southampton and cover once again finally Fantasy Fest in Key West in October. So look forward to that.
Yep, I've never been, so
you've got to come, Kevin.
I haven't been to Mars either, so there's.
Right, but this is much better, I think. A lot of painting. I mean, everywhere.
Well, I hope you have a chance to see the painting behind us. Was painted over a 3-year period during the lockdown in Italy.
Wow.
The painting is called "A Party That Never Happened," because
that's right.
There are so many parties that didn't take place because we were all home.
Oh my God.
So you'll see.
We had to imagine it.
This is the party that I wish I had been able to attend.
We imagined it. That's what we
And you
did.
can see it oil on canvas.
Love this guy.
Oh, thank you, Dave.
Good friends, are
Yeah.
very hard to find, and this is one of them.
And be nice to those sharks, okay?
We always are. There's a lady that takes the hooks out of sharks' mouths.
Really? Well,
she does that.
yeah.
She holds the head, and they know about it, and they come to her and say, please take it out, and she does. How about that? All right, let's go upstairs and have a look at all this stuff. Kevin Berlin, ladies and gentlemen. Tilt it up a little bit, Kev, so we can see what it is. Oh, yes, it's 45 years of outstanding, Kev. Let me go right in on it.
He started when he was 12.
There you go. All those years.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday. Happy celebration of all those years.
Making colors.
Wow. Okay.
This is a very informal announcement. We're celebrating a lot of things. First, the new space downstairs at Weem. We're celebrating 45 years of Nudes, a retrospective, which I'm honored to be a part of, curated by Thomas Twister here. We're celebrating 75 years of the Kinsey Institute, a partner here at Weem. And it's my birthday on Thursday, so what the heck?
And we're celebrating the audience here. All of very nice people that came here.
Here's your fire permit. And we don't have do we have a fire permit?
I wonder.
Does someone want to step in and help light these candles? Someone want to grab a candle and light more candles? It's going to take a long time. Who's going to light the candles? Yeah, please, somebody help. This is going to... Yeah, that was it.
So these are early works, Kevin, huh? Early works.
What is it?
The Surrounded Islands with Christo. The pink floating plastic,
Yeah, what?
1983.
Yeah,
Yes, Christo, I got to working on it 9 and 10 when I was in high school. That was my first big trip to Miami.
you wrapped the islands, I think.
Did a lot of work here, Kev. A lot of work. How many years ago?
That was in London. This is 1986.
Wow, this, yeah. Huh.
So we're going to jump to 2010. In this room.
It's all right.
The place where I normally would try to get in the park.
Kevin, my God. It's work. This is taking a week to get this up and more.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, were you here filming when he was putting it up?
That was a year now.
Oh my God.
Someone that physically punched from since she was little. She had that look. And she told me a story. And it was a story that I had heard from a lot of other dancers. And that story was, why do you sacrifice so much to do ballet? Even at the end of a successful career, you don't have enough money to buy a car or an apartment.
But her passion,
Your passion, yes. But part of it, they always say, is not for the applause when they get on stage, but it's those moments when they're on stage. There's a certain feeling that you get when you're performing and you're expressing your emotion or telling the story, whether it's Giselle or Swan Lake or something else, that you're interacting with this audience and it's all for that. And they leave with nothing except those feelings of that time on stage. And so I literally, in the painting, left her with nothing. She doesn't even have a tutu. All she got was her moments on stage.
and that's
And even the flowers are going to be dead. Even
Right.
The flowers aren't going to last.
And this is Russia.
And this is a story for any dancer because these dancers really make a lot of sacrifices. And it's not just dancers. I believe it's also anybody who's a writer, if you're
TV producer,
a TV producer, for example.
get ready to commit suicide.
You're doing any of the arts at all, a musician, you're probably going to make a lot of sacrifices. You're going to get, and the painting's called Beat Means Love, which in Russia means that you're going to take a lot of beating for what you love or who you love. And it's a story about it. And this is the only painting. If you look at all these paintings, except for the woman on Mars, nobody's looking at you. Do you see anybody looking at you? No.
Here's one that looks right at you.
Yes. Well, she's on
Mars.
This was the one woman who turned her head because she knows that you know her story, what she's giving. And so I worked backstage with tigers for a lot of months. I didn't say anything. But I really tried. One of the things that happened is I wanted to take photographs of the tigers during the performance. And in order to do that, I sent this big ring in this big net. And I have to be able to put my camera through the whole net. During the circuit performance, 1,000 people in the audience. There's a man with a full-size fire hose to my right, because tigers don't like water in their face. There's another man with a long pointed stick with nettle, because if you put nettle directly in the side, the wolf doesn't like that. And that's why if you ever see a lion tamer or a times they put a chair. And at the same time, I had a dentist in Italy who took out the wrong tooth. And so I was painting these packs of cigarettes that smoking kills, and instead I wrote, "Fuck you," which was my message to the dentist. And the gallerist in Southampton said, "We can't show this." She hid it. Some collector came in, found it, and she said, "Oh, you have to do more of these paintings." And this is the "fuck you," which Vafanculo in Italian is very polite. The Russian one is not polite. Really not polite. If you say that to somebody, somebody has to punch someone in the face.
How do you say it?
Altabuse. Who speaks Russian here? Anybody say? Can anybody say that word? They know.
Very few Russians.
This one is
Well, Kevin, you were in Russia what year?
in 2003.
I was there in '66. I was there in '66, Kevin.
And the idea was that originally
I was there.
they say that smoking's going to kill you. It's bad for you. I thought, what if the language makes you want to smoke? Instead of saying it's going to
For you. This is the girl for you, Kevin.
Voice of reason.
You gotta have a backup and a standby, and that's her.